Right now on Denver 7 News, Denver City Council stepping into the ring when it comes to school safety, the meeting planned for today, and what concrete info could come out of it. Combating homelessness in Aurora through sweeps, the controversial plan going before City Council. And Ball Arena is going to be a busy place this week. The Nuggets and the Avs both in playoff action. Highlights from a good start last night.
Thanks so much for joining us here on Denver 7 News at 11. I'm Jason Grenauer. We continue to hear a lot about school safety since last month's shooting at East High School. Well, today, Denver City Council will meet with the school superintendent and board members to find out how it can help in the push to keep kids safe at school. Denver 7's Brandon Richard has more on that meeting set to get underway in less than an hour.
Well, there are two meetings planned today, both focused on school safety. That first meeting will get underway here in just under an hour at the City and County building. DPS leadership will be coming here to meet with Denver City Council members. And then tonight, the DPS superintendent will provide an update on his long-term school safety plan. And we're also learning more about the timeline for developing that plan. Now, it was back in February when a 16-year-old was fatally shot near East High School, a 16-year-old student. Well, other students there came to the City Council and urged council members to do something to address gun violence near schools. Well, that pressure only intensified after two administrators were shot at East in March, just a few weeks later. DPS decided to reinstate school resource officers, and the board directed Superintendent Dr. Alex Marrero to put together a long-term school safety plan. So tonight we know he will provide an update on that plan. And according to a board document, this month the superintendent is getting input from safety and security experts, and we know he's been meeting with students and community groups to get their input as well. The first version of his safety plan will be released May 1st. According to that document, for community review. The second version will be released towards the end of May, followed by more community input, and the final version will be released at the end of June. The school board will then vote on the long-term safety plan prior to next school year. Now, both meetings today, including the one here at the City and County building, will be open to the public. Reporting in Denver, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
New this hour, the former superintendent of the Douglas County School District just settled with his old district for more than $800,000, according to Colorado Public Radio. CPR reports the total is to pay out the rest of his contract, along with more than $500,000 in damages. CPR says the damages will be paid out by an insurance company and won't cut into district funds. Now, Wise was hired in February 2022 and claimed a newly elected school board discriminated against his efforts to protect students with disabilities with masking during the pandemic. Suncor says you might notice more noise and flaring from the refinery through early June because of maintenance going on there. They're taking one of the 3 Commerce City plants offline. As many as 700 extra people per day will be on site to assist with things like inspections, repairs, as well as upgrades. Now to the latest in the $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit by Dominion Voting Systems against Fox News. The judge delayed the start of that case until at least tomorrow. Now, the case centers on whether Fox News defamed Dominion by knowingly spreading false claims that the company rigged the 2020 presidential election. ABC's Morgan Norwood is in Wilmington, Delaware with more.
Well, the judge's announcement to delay the trial comes amid reports that Fox News and Dominion were working on some sort of settlement agreement. Well, the judge today made no mention of that, instead saying the trial will begin tomorrow at 9 a.m. Without giving a reason, the judge overseeing the high-profile $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit by Dominion Voting Systems against Fox News says he expects the trial to begin tomorrow. Delaware Superior Court Judge Eric Davis saying that this is not unusual. The remarks in court came amid a report by the Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Fox Corporation boss Rupert Murdoch, that Fox News has made a late push to settle the dispute with Dominion Voting Systems. The judge made no mention of possible settlement talks, only saying the court will resume Tuesday at 9 a.m. The trial is expected to include testimony from Murdoch and the channel's biggest on-air stars like Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson. Dominion is out to prove Fox News aired stories it knew to be false, so they wouldn't lose viewers upset with the outcome of the 2020 election.
It will be impossible to ever know the true, fair, accurate election results.
Dominion alleges that while Fox hosts repeatedly doubled down on Trump's lies about the voting machines, they were privately using text messages and internal emails to express disbelief. For example, Tucker Carlson texted host Laura Ingraham, quote, Sidney Powell is lying, by the way. In his sworn deposition, Sean Hannity saying, quote, I did not believe it for 1 second. Court documents showing even Fox boss Rupert Murdoch called the election conspiracies, quote, really crazy stuff. Fox has denied the allegations and said Dominion is out for a financial windfall. The judge has already determined everything Fox News had said on air about Dominion was clearly false and removed that as a potential line of defense, ruling Fox could not argue it was merely repeating allegations pushed by former President Trump and his allies because they were newsworthy. And jury selection resumes tomorrow, and the plan is right after they are sworn in, opening statements will begin. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
Back here at home and turning to our weather. Beautiful and warm out there with a nice few days on tap. This is a live look out from our Lookout Mountain camera. Denver 7's Katie LaSalle is here, and we are talking more nice today and tomorrow.
Yeah, beautiful conditions out here across the state to start off the week. Temperatures right now are already in the upper 60s out at the airport, 63 degrees downtown. Mostly sunny skies. It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds and dry conditions for today, and daytime highs will be back to the low 70s, expecting 73 out at the airport, 72 for Boulder, low 60s into Evergreen, 50s returning to many of our mountain towns. So a warm up statewide for this afternoon, upper 70s to near 80 over the southeastern plains, even some 60s filtering in there to our central mountain towns. But we do have changes on the way. Fire danger elevated for tomorrow as the winds pick up and our next storm arrives on Wednesday. Details on that still to come.
All right, Katie, thank you. The city of Aurora is looking at ways to deal with the homelessness issue, specifically when it comes to camps in city limits. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta has a look at what the city is looking to do and hearing from those who are not sold on the idea.
I'm Denver 7's Veronica Acosta. Right now, when the city of Aurora has a homeless encampment they want to clean up, a contractor has to go out and do that work. But Mayor Mike Kaufman says he wants some change, so council members are going to be discussing that during a meeting tonight. They're going to be talking about whether or not the city can create its own team to go out and then clean up these encampments. The camping ordinance in Aurora here, it's been in place since about May of 2022, and since then the city's been able to clean up about 369 of these encampments. That averages out to about 33 cleanups per month. In a Facebook post, the mayor said the current contractor has other jobs, oftentimes isn't available, meaning they end up getting a little bit behind. He does suggest that this new potential encampment cleanup team within the city work alongside that contractor to be able to make those cleanups go even quicker. So council members will be discussing the potential of this happening during a meeting tonight at 6:30. We'll keep you updated on what comes of it. In Aurora, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thank you. Now, many Coloradans lost additional SNAP benefits back in March when the temporary pandemic benefits ended. Well, we wanted to follow up and found that help could be on the way. Colorado Congresswoman Yadira Caraveo will introduce the Keep Families Fed Act today. It would extend the emergency allotment by 1 year.
What we're trying to do with this bill is say, let's give people a little bit of time to adjust. Let's give them a little bit more of an off-ramp for these emergency allotments ending so that we can help them through what are still some difficult times.
The bill also requires the USDA to come up with a plan for each state's SNAP program to raise awareness about resources that are available before the expiration. If you have kids in Aurora Public Schools or work in the district, you're invited to the final interviews for the new superintendent. The 3 finalists will be interviewed during a special board meeting tonight. It runs from 4:30 to 8:30 at Aurora's Professional Learning and Conference Center. It is open to the public. We'll talk about a statement win. The Nuggets had struggled a bit in the last month or so of the regular season. They did clinch the #1 seed in the Western Conference, and then they went out and they played just like a 1 seed last night. Thanks for coming, Minnesota. The Nugs dominated Game 1. Aaron Gordon, he does that well. Yeah, Nuggets up 8-0 early. Nikola Jokic was out there. Fake pass, spin move there. The Joker had a double-double. Kind of just like an okay night for him. The second quarter we go, Nuggets on the break. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They call him KCP in the corner. Jamal Murray led all scorers. The Nuggets hit 16 threes. It wasn't even close last night. The final 109-80. Now the Nuggets lead that series now 1-0. Game 2, you have to wait a little bit longer. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock from Ball Arena. Moving now to the defending Stanley Cup champions. The Avs begin their defense of the Cup on Tuesday. The Seattle Kraken are coming to Ball Arena tomorrow night. Captain Gabe Landeskog will not be playing in this year's playoffs, but we did hear from General Manager Chris McFarland, who says Gabe will keep his captainship throughout the postseason. No changes coming there, none.
No, we're not even thinking about that. No, we're obviously we got to get through the next few weeks here, and Gabe's gonna drive that and dive into that. But no, there's been not 1 second of thought on that.
Puck drops from Ball Arena tomorrow at 8 p.m. Well, still to come, the launch of the so-called most powerful rocket ever is on hold for now. Why the company scrubbed today's mission and when it could finally head into space, that's coming up.